for you it probably doesn't, just because of the way that I upload and like take breaks. I haven't filmed from like coming back from vacation basically, but I did like a longer break while being on vacation, so I feel like the uploading and posting is a little out of tune, but I feel like I will upload this pretty close to the date that I actually filmed it. So we moved. You can probably tell I'm in like a different background, and I was so hesitant to film this video. And the reason is that I am embarrassed. And it is so silly that I am. So I am a little embarrassed about like the state of our current apartment, because we just moved. You can see like there's a lot of stuff behind there, and you cannot even see like the vast majority of things that are just still flying around. We moved 2 weeks ago, and even though we had a great move, the first couple of days were really hard. I had to get emergency dental surgery and a root canal treatment because my teeth are just, it's a whole different story. Basically, if you've struggled with anorexia and bulimia for as long as I did, there's a high chance that all of your teeth are just done basically, and I felt like this was a part of self-care that took a long time for me to go back and be vulnerable and responsible about like all the damage that I did to my body. But I did. I went to the dentist and now I'm getting it all fixed, but one tooth was just too far gone, so they had to do that, and I was in so much pain these first couple of days here that I couldn't sleep, and I also obviously had the baby to take care of, so it was just a lot. But my tooth has healed pretty nicely and I am feeling a lot better, so I figured today I would show you the apartment, or at least just take you through my day, because I know that you really like these videos and I just kind of have some weird thoughts to share, I think. So yeah, it's still kind of early, and what I basically wanted to get back, I'm sorry, my thoughts are kind of like rambling and everywhere. I was embarrassed to show you my apartment because I feel like online you always see everyone not only having the nicest places, but basically people move and then the day after the move it's done. It's all fully decorated. Their house looks like a museum. And I had that standard and I thought I needed to do that, and then I realized how incredibly stupid that is. So not only is it obviously a process to move and unpack, my boyfriend works full-time. I also have a baby to take care of. It's not like I can just unpack boxes 12 hours a day every day. And then also with like the decorating and everything, I kind of want to take my time. I do want to take my time. I do just want to find pieces that I really love for this space. I went thrifting about a week ago with my boyfriend. I think that video also must have gone up so far, where we picked up some amazing furniture, like this piece right behind me, but I haven't even gotten to plugging in my record player yet. So today I want to fix some things up here, like plugging this in and getting it done. I want to work on that area over there, which is going to be our like little work setup, even though we don't have a desk yet. So I feel like there's so much on my mind. I just need to start somewhere, because otherwise it's just never gonna get done. And yeah, I am excited to take you through my day, and I hope this helps lower the standard of what your house looks like, because it's completely normal that your house is a mess, not only after your move, also if just you haven't had the time to clean like I did. So let me show you this. Let me get it over, because as said, I'm just so nervous, but let me get it over with showing you the actual state of our current home. So this is what our upstairs looks like. There's so much mess over there that just needs to be organized and unpacked and all of that. Now we have a little music corner. We actually got that set up already. I also just want to hang the guitars, but for now I'm pretty happy with how this little corner is looking. So I figured I would start by just getting my record set up, all done, plugging everything in. I have very old speakers from my uncle, and so they don't have plugs yet. So it's like the old school cable plugging. So let me quickly show you that and then get this all set up. Okay, so this is the current setup. This picture still needs to be hung. Kind of want to do this, but let's pull this all forward and get it plugged. Okay, Okay, so I hope this isn't really boring or nerdy, but if your speaker cables look like this, then they're mostly like from the 60s, 70s, 80s. Some of them even like had a plug back then, but a lot of them didn't. And if your cable look like this and you're wondering how to plug them in correctly because they don't have like colors or anything set on them, you just want to take a very close look. I hope the camera might get this focused. But yeah, basically you can see that this one is a round cable while this one has some edges. So the round one is usually the positive and the square one is usually the negative. Just for you to know. But then if you only have the cable and it is not permanently plugged into your speaker, it doesn't matter. As long as you put the positive with the positive and the negative with the negative, it doesn't matter because this is the same cable. But the way that this is square and this is round, it just tells me from the boxes, this one is positive and this one's negative. It is plugged in. Let me get a record and test it, and then we'll figure out where to put the speakers in this room. That sounds really good, and I like the placement of the boxes just by the sides. So next up, let's work on the office space. As said, we don't have a desk yet, but what we have is, first of all, this really cool peacock cushion that goes in like a rattan chair. We don't have the chair anymore. This used to belong to my mom when she was like a teenager. But I still like the cushion because it is very big, and I feel like Teddy Boy can also use it. I want to talk about this little, like, it's not even a room. It's basically just a closet. I really want to use this for all of my tech stuff, all of the filming equipment. I can't put lighting in here. There even is a light switch, which is great. My boyfriend said he's going to install a light in there when he comes home from work, but I feel like because it is very light currently, I can just put all the things in. Oh, this is where the fireplace mounting and everything goes by, and we don't have a fireplace, but I suppose there might have been one in this house at some point. So let's just get all of my equipment and put it in there. I don't have like a real piece of furniture that fits in here, but I feel like this old thing works really nicely because then I can put all the charging gear on top and just charge because I have an outlet right here. And I don't like how this is just hanging around, but we're gonna fix a light bulb up in here, so I feel like that'll be great. Also, what is this? This is very professionally made,
Life may sometimes make us hopeless, leave us feeling day to day, rest your weary sunken eyes.
Okay, so I worked on that closet and I just don't think I can do a lot more today on like that area because we need a desk and then we can figure out like the printer and where the computer is gonna go and everything because we got it pre-used, but we basically got an iMac. Both my boyfriend and I are sharing my like little MacBook, which is 10 years old, and whenever I try to edit something it kind of collapses, and so I'm really glad that we got to upgrade. Other than that, I figured I would just take the moment to sit down and chat with you a little because Teddy Boy is still asleep. He will probably wake up any minute now, but I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night, so it is just so nice to just have a couple of moments to myself, and I figured I wanted to use them to talk to you about something that I have kind of been thinking a lot about lately. So you know how much I wanted to move into this apartment, and you know how much I love this apartment, but I currently have a hard time adjusting. And it is weird to me because I was a person who never had a hard time with changes. I moved so much. I moved from my hometown to Berlin, but then worked all over Germany. I worked in the US. It feels like I've been everywhere and anywhere. I traveled through Indonesia these last couple of years, and I've never had like an issue with adjusting, but I feel like now it's a little harder for me to just kind of settle in. And I don't mean that in a negative way, because I just truly am so grateful and thankful that we now have the opportunity to live here. But my boyfriend is working different shifts now. So basically he's working sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening, sometimes the entire day, sometimes during the night. It's just all over the place. He works in a home for disabled people, and so it's pretty much whenever, wherever, weekends and the weekend, everything. And then I also do have this kind of discussion in my head where I am thinking that I don't really know what to do with my life, because there are so many things that I want to do, but then which order am I going to do? What am I going to start with? Am I going back to school now? Am I going to stay home a little longer with Teddy Boy? When is he going to go to kindergarten? Do I want to go back to school, or do I want to go to university? There's just so much in my head, and even a lot more that I just don't feel comfortable talking about right now, but I feel like I will share with you eventually. And so I just had a hard time adjusting, and I feel like the first week that we lived here I was offline the entire week, which is very untypical for me because I share my life. It's what I do and what I really love to do. But I really needed some time for myself, and I think it is really important to talk about this because I feel like sometimes when you move and a lot changes, and there are a lot of changes that you wanted to make and you're excited about, and then you have a hard time just kind of figuring out the first time and like just figuring out the new life and the new circumstances of your life. Everyone's like, but you wanted it, and I'm like, yeah, I know I wanted it, but it's still valid for me to just take a little to adjust to all of this. And I think I had a really easy time adjusting to being a mom now, but I think I have a little bit of a harder time trying to figure out how I'm gonna put work and the baby and all of that under one roof. And then I also want to finish this apartment, and there's just so much that I want to do. So I feel like sometimes when there's so much that I want to do all at once, I have a hard time even starting. And so now I'm just kind of trying to break it down. I'm also currently trying to do a lot of self-care because I feel like these last couple of months I haven't been alone at all. I've always been with the baby or my boyfriend, and it's beautiful, it's amazing, but I feel like I sometimes just need time for myself. So one of the things that I started doing is learning the piano. I did start a couple of years ago but never really went through with it because I was just too busy, and now I have the piano. And this might sound so weird, but my number one and my only goal with this is to play River by Joni Mitchell until Christmas. So I just want to learn that one song. If I find time to learn more, that's great, but I want to make time for myself to learn one song. So far I kind of got the intro down. I've started like a couple of days ago, but yeah, I really want to do that tonight. And I also really want to take a day all to myself. So I talked to my boyfriend about that, and he was basically like, yeah, I was wondering that you didn't want it that sooner, but I love being with Teddy Boy, so I really want to take an entire day to myself. I want to do all the things that I love to do. I want to go thrifting. I just want to stroll the streets. I want to listen to music, maybe lay down in a park. Yeah, because for some reason meeting my friends with Teddy Boy doesn't really matter to me. Like, it's still time with my friends, but just being by myself, I just really need that. And now I can hear, and you probably heard Teddy Boy waking up. So let's go get him out of his little crib, and then we will start our afternoon together.
I can't tell apart.
So Teddy Boy just woke up. It's still pretty hot in our apartment because like the sun comes in and it's so light. So that's really nice. He just woke up, had a little nap, and now we're gonna continue our day. I think I'll try to get him to play a little by himself. I really try to encourage him to play with his toys, like just for 5 minutes, and I will just sit next to him. But I just want him to get in the mood of doing something by himself and not always needing someone to just be there. And I think he does really great. He can do sometimes like 15 to 20 minutes, so that's great. You want to play a little one? Also, it is 12 p.m. and I'm still drinking my coffee, and I'm not dressed yet, so that also needs to be done. The doorbell just rang and we got this giant parcel, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is, so let's open it together. Okay, so for our kitchen we kind of want to go with a red, orange, yellow theme, and so we really wanted to get a bread basket or like a little bread box to store all of our bread in that would match the color scheme, because currently we have a wooden one, and whatever we do, bread just goes bad in there. And so now we decided to just use the wooden one for something else. It doesn't even matter to me at this point. So I found this bread basket on eBay, It was $5 and then I think $7 in shipping. So it is so dreamy. I'm so excited. Yeah, we didn't get a stainless steel shower hose, but she just packed it like this to make sure that it wouldn't crash or anything. But good for you for getting a hose, I guess. This is the red box that we got. Oh wow, it's giant. Look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. The pattern is metal. You might remember that in my old apartment I had a bread basket pretty similar to this one, but it broke and it was also really rusty, and then it like broke in the bag and I couldn't really fix it, so I donated it and I hope that they were able to fix it and then sell it on. And now I have this one and it's so dreamy. We also have a new coffee machine, which you probably saw in the beginning, so that's also red. As said, it's just a cohesive theme for our kitchen. Welcome to our bedroom. I'm currently standing up on the bed. I quickly wanted to show you what I picked for today's outfit. I wanted to go with a very casual 70s look, and I have these overalls, these denim overalls that I basically bought when I was still pregnant, and then I tried them on for the first time right after giving birth, and I was like, they're just a little tight, but I feel like now they really they have a little room, they're really comfortable, they're great. I wanted to wear just a very plain rainbow tee. I feel like this would be so much cuter if I had like a little button or something up here, so I'm thinking about getting a button now apparently. Yeah, this is the outfit. I just got Teddy Boy dressed too. I'm gonna show you the full look outside because I feel like we're gonna go on a little walk now, because where we now live, it's just a dreamy place. Graduated to the seating option of the stroller, and it honestly makes me so emotional because he's growing up so fast, even though I know he's still so tiny. But yeah, it's just a weird feeling, I guess. We also now live by the dreamiest river all the way over there. It's such a dream come true, and then there are houses over there, but it's just this little walkway, no cars allowed. It's beautiful. We got registered in this new town last week, and it's not a town, it's like a village. It's too small to be a town. There are like 6,000 people living here, and they told us that this village is 1,000 years old now. So the Romans were here, but even before that this was a town, which seems absolutely insane. In Germany we have a lot of old towns and villages, but that old, that's kind of special, so that's pretty cool, I guess.
I will wait. I will wait with you.
It is such a beautiful fall day, and honestly, it was so cold and rainy the last couple of days, but it is so nice out today.
Our love ignited it. We belong.
Baby and I came back from our walk about like an hour ago maybe. I just put him to bed. He's asleep now, and now I'm cooking. I'm making them some like tortellini, which are basically filled pasta bits, and then I got these with like ricotta and spinach. You can just get them at the store, at our grocery store. Then I'm also making some tomato sauce, and then I also, in this little cute bowl that I recently got, have some cucumber, and then this is my #1 tip for the dressing. So in here I just have some yogurt, oil, vinegar, dill, it's just some more spices. I like to put them in these like little glasses that I can then close and put a lid on. My dad always used to do that because it's so easy to mix up your salad dressing. And then you can just take that and put it on top of the cucumber salad. So excited to have that. I don't know, I was craving like a cucumber salad, and then I was thinking doing tomato soup with bread, but we're out of bread. We're going grocery shopping today, so I can eat that tomorrow, and today it's just gonna be that.
Hanging on through the winter that is here, my dear.
So I'm just gonna have my lunch now. I actually had to go back to take boy because he wasn't quite asleep. So it's 3 now. And I really want to do some editing today, and then later today we also want to go grocery shopping. So I feel like the day is kind of full, but I'll see how much I'm filming today. Honestly, nothing tastes as good as a fresh cucumber salad. Lately, I've been loving to do like a lot of time in my tomato sauce. I feel like it adds something really, really nice.
As rain, I will wait. Forever wait with you. Through the winter, hanging on. We can weather through the storm.
Okay, so I've come pretty far with editing. Please don't mind the noise. Baby woke up and is currently playing over there. And also please don't mind all of the stuff back there. We just need to get organized here. However, that's the dishwasher. Today it's just everything's going on. However, I figured I would go back up again because I kind of want to work on some more spaces. I feel inspired and motivated to just keep going upstairs. So I feel like Teddy and I are just gonna go upstairs and look what we can do. I was just going through this big box which mainly has books, my boyfriend's PlayStation games, and some DVDs. And I found some DVDs and I was like, I need to show you these because I feel like some of these are my favorite 60s and 70s movies, or like movies from that time or about that time. Gonna start with The Runaways. This is just a classic, it's a good movie. Honestly, I really like it. Next up, truly from the 60s, Easy Rider. If you've never seen this, watch it. The soundtrack is amazing, but the entire movie is too. It is very abstruse, very different, very much embodies the 60s and 70s counterculture, a new way to make movies. This is so underrated. This is Quadrophenia. It's about the mods and the rockers in Brighton. I cannot recommend this movie enough. If you've never seen it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Okay, this one might be a little controversial. For the longest time, you know, I used to make my own movies. I used to have that big vision of becoming a filmmaker until I decided that I didn't want to, but that's for another day. However, this used to be my favorite movie of all time. This is the German version. The original version is called Hit. I have no clue why they called it Runaway Girl for the German DVD version. It's such a good movie. Eddie Redmayne, Blake Lively, Chloe Grace Moretz. And this movie is just so good. It is depressing, but it also features rape and things like that. So if that's not your cup of tea, or if you just that triggers you or anything, don't watch it. But if you can watch these things, I recommend you this movie. It is great. Next up, the classic Almost Famous. This is a good movie too. I like this movie because it brings out a feeling, a 60s and 70s flair that is very distinctive for the time period. And then I just found this and I thought it was so weird because I know everyone is currently going crazy over June. Did you know that there was an original film? An original June? Oh, there's such a lens flare. I didn't know, I'm sorry. So yeah, this is the original June movie. I have it because I own absolutely everything David Lynch has ever made because I'm just in love with everything that he made. So I've got to be honest, I'm a very loyal David Lynch fan. But this movie, it's rather a little weird and like interesting than this being a really good movie. But during the production they also like fought a lot, and so I feel like it's not really distinct for his kind of movies. So I actually think I'm gonna put most of the books downstairs. So let me get those out because I feel like the DVDs, we never really watched them. Okay, I decided to pull the camera closer. I feel like you can just see better like this. He's playing, don't mind. This book too, really good. It's like an entire history of Bob Dylan's life, the Dead Straight Guide to Bob Dylan. It's great. Shows you a lot about his life and like the way that he wrote music. Oh, and I love Emmylou Harris wrote a little piece for the back. He changed language and he changed songwriting. I can't imagine what the world would be like without Dylan's songs. That's beautiful. And now I'm gonna go and play with my baby for a little because I feel like he would enjoy that. Sweet songs of joy and peace, so I wish I had a river I could skate away on. So it is a lot later. I feel like the last time that I updated you was like hours ago. It's 10 p.m. now. My boyfriend and my baby were tired, so they went to bed already, but I kind of wanted to stay up and play a little bit on the piano, and so I did. You probably heard I'm not that good yet, but I'm trying. And this isn't about being the best piano player ever or anything. I just do it for fun. I honestly feel like I generally have a really hard time doing something just for the fun of it. I'm honestly just a pretty competitive person, and so doing something without trying to be the best at it, but just trying to be good at it and using it just as an outlet for my creativity is something completely new, but I do really like it so far. So yeah, it's so quiet now. And sometimes in the evenings when I'm by myself, like the past couple of weeks, my boyfriend has been working late night shifts a lot, and so I have been home, and then I take Teddy Boy to bed, and then it's me. And I keep thinking back to like a year, 2, 3, more than that ago, because I lived by myself for so many years, and I loved it. A huge part of it was a big freedom that I really enjoyed, and when I got pregnant, I was really anxious and scared about losing that freedom. And I love having a baby. I love being with my family, and I do know that it is better for me to live with other people and that I just have a better time. And I also just enjoy living with my partner and baby so much. However, there are days and nights where I kind of miss my old little apartment, just being by myself, doing whatever I want. And so these nights currently remind me a lot of that, and I love to just live out who I am for a little bit while everyone else is asleep or not here. I'm just gonna end this video right here. I know this has probably been a little bit all over the place, but yeah, I figured I would just do this vlog sometime. I feel like you actually enjoy these kind of random vlogs. There will be coming a lot of DIY videos, a lot of interior designing videos, because that's just what I love to do and what I'm gonna do with this entire space. I feel like I need to address one more thing regarding that. If you've been following me for a year or two, you know that I did an entire series about renovating an apartment about 1.5 years ago, and you cannot watch these videos anymore. I might put them back up, but I honestly don't think so. And I do get a lot of questions and comments as to where these videos went, because I know that a lot of you like them and use them as an inspiration for their home. And that is the only reason why I'm considering maybe even like uploading them, where they're not gone, they're just private currently. But I took those down or privated them because the place that I was moving in with my boyfriend at the time never felt like home, and that relationship too never felt like home. And I just have a really weird connection to that time, because it was a time where I lost myself. I kind of lost touch with myself. I lost who I was, and I don't think it was visible on like my channel or with what I did online, but I felt like I was losing myself and I was terrified. And so that was a big part why I then didn't post for like a couple of months and then came back, and everything was different, everything was new. I knew people were super surprised that I got out of that previous relationship and that I started having a family so soon with my new partner. But I can just tell you, when I look back at like 2 years ago and how my life was when we renovated that apartment, I would have never imagined being as happy and as loving and feeling as loved as I do right now. And I feel like sometimes improvement and growing is so hard, and I have a lot of growing pains right now. Even though I am already an adult, I feel like I am grown up, I do still have a lot of growing pains currently. But sometimes it's just so good to take a look back, because for me, I've come to places with myself, with my relationships, to other people that I never imagined I could be at. So yeah, I hope this helps you. If you're going through something currently, if you're struggling, maybe try to take a step back. Maybe try to look back a year or two ago, and I'm sure you find something that you have improved during that time. I just think for myself, the biggest thing is that I don't ever want to lose myself, because I was close to losing myself a couple of times, but never as close as I was last year. I'm so happy that I did, because now my partner and I, and also me myself, have built a life beyond what I could have ever imagined. So yeah, on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful night. I hope you sleep tight and that you have some room for your thoughts, but that they will also go away and let you sleep. I hope you have the most amazing dreams as a little escape from your day-to-day life, and that maybe your dreams will become true one day. I'm sending you love and seeing you next time. Bye everybody.